make your bed right. I can make your bed right, girl. I can make your bed right.
Hey yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Tenacious K, aka the Fire Guy, and today I'm back once again reacting to ScrewAttack Top 10 Worst Games of 2018. Now guys, bruh, to be honest, this is new to me. I thought ScrewAttack was all about fighting, but I'm guessing they're also doing videos like this as well. And to be honest, one of the worst games in 2018, bruh, I'll have to say, ooh man, dang, bruh, I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know, to be honest, because they did have some good games back then. They did have some good games like Spider-Man, 2K, WWE. No, the Street Fighter did come out last year, well, 2018. So, yeah, that was also a good game too. Great animation. So, to be honest, I don't know, guys, but we're gonna find out in this video. So, guys, before we start this video, man, you already know what to do. So, comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. This video will be down link in the description. So, on my YouTube channel, make sure you guys want to check that out. And don't forget to add me on my social media: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. It's right down below. And guys, don't forget to subscribe with Tenacious K, join the OTS family. If you guys like this video, make sure to smack that like button. Now, guys, let's get into this.
Well, guys, here it is. This is the last top 10 episode on ScrewAttack. I don't have any script before me right now. All I want to say right now is thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this show for 10 years. But the show will go on. Don't forget that. I'm eulogizing this thing like it's gone forever. It's not. You can go over to youtube.com/no or the no.tv from this point forward and continue to see me counting 10 things for you every week. And I will see you there.
Do it.
For every unique and amazing game that comes out, there's like 50 turd quality ones that come out in that same year, and 2018 was no exception. These are the games that sucked more than any other this year. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for ScrewAttack's Top 10 Worst Games of 2018.
Let's get it.
Number 10.
So, the real-world politics behind the current state of Metal Gear are stupid, and the way that series creator Hideo Kojima was kicked out of Konami was even more enraging, which is why Metal Gear Survive always felt like it was done in
never heard of this
bad
game
taste
before.
from the moment it was announced.
I never have.
Metal Gear made a name for itself by being all about stealth. Everybody knows this. But as Metal Gear Survive's name would make incredibly obvious, that's not the focus this time around. This one is part survival game, but also part tower defense, with only the vaguest hint of stealth elements. If that already sounds nothing like a Metal Gear game, well, the story is about a nameless soldier who gets sucked into another dimension where zombies are all over the place. You know, exactly the kind of game you make to assure longtime fans that the series is in good hands. Metal Gear Survive was a mediocre mishmash that disappointed even further because of the Metal Gear legacy it claims to follow after. Not that anyone's surprised.
Number 9.
I never heard of it before, so.
This is one of the bigger personal disappointments on this list. The first time I saw Morphe's Law for Nintendo Switch, I thought it was a pretty clever looking game, like
Nintendo
something that
Switch?
Peter Molyneux might come up with. It's a team-based
This
FPS where as you
really
shoot
made this for
enemies'
Nintendo
body
Switch.
parts, it increases
Even though I
the
never
size
heard
of
of
the
it.
same
It looked-
body part on your character. So bigger legs let you jump better, bigger chest equals more health, but if you stay small,
I mean,
you might be able to
looks
escape the
okay.
bigger
To be
guy.
honest, I probably would
Sounds
try
pretty
it,
fun,
but
right? Well, before you go fall in love with Morphe's Law, it's more confusing in practice than anything else. And, more importantly, it doesn't make the game more fun. Plus, the more you play Morphe's Law, the more everything outside
Yo, the
that
graphics
game
even
feels
look
derivative
kinda
of other games.
crappy.
There's a dose of Splatoon in there, with a dash of Overwatch, and even bits of Call of Duty thrown in just because they could. And since it's out on Switch now and PC in the near future, you'd be better off just playing
Hopefully
those
they
other
get the
games
animations
instead.
better.
Morphe's Law was a creative idea and all, but, better luck next time.
Number 8.
We all thought it was a joke. We all thought Richard LaRuina, the pickup artist, couldn't possibly be serious. Yet here he was in 2018, trying to teach us all state-of-the-art seduction secrets. Play Super Seducer for long enough, and you really get the feeling that this dude is
what kind of
actually
games are
dead
these, bro?
serious about all of the tips he gives you. Not only does it make it way funnier, it also makes it that much more of a failure. Like, really, dude? Really? Calling her a baby lamb was the right choice?
You know what? You're just adorable. Look at you, like a little baby lamb.
Oh, thank you.
In fact,
This game is like the $13 equivalent to those try not to cringe challenge videos on YouTube. And listen, I've spent my entire life being awkward and had little to no luck with dating for the longest time.
Yo,
Even
this
if
game
I wound
sounds
up happily
stupid,
married
bro.
to a woman so beyond my
But you
wildest
guys like this
dreams,
game.
and I did it without
I thought you guys even
Richard.
heard of this game.
Okay, you guys want some real advice? First of all, always have follow-up questions to show that you're interested in what the other person is saying. 2, don't settle for someone who doesn't see you for how incredibly valuable you truly are. And 3, don't buy Super Seducer. That's the real stuff. You can have that for free.
Number 7.
How on earth does an established and beloved series like Fallout end up on 2018's worst list?
Fallout?
By
Oh.
now, I think we all come to expect Bethesda games to be generally buggy. In years
I thought
past,
Fallout
they've
was
been
supposed to
mostly
be-
fine to
was
turn a
supposed to be a
blind
good
eye to them
game.
because they were never enough to take away from the amazing adventures that lied in store for us. But in Fallout 76, there was no amazing adventure lying in store for us. And there were still tons of bugs. On one hand, you might call a Fallout MMO-style game with no NPCs an ambitious experiment, but on the other, you also might say that that was an obviously bad decision that deserved to backfire as hard as it did. At best, it could have turned out like Sea of Thieves, where every encounter with another player is a tense
Yo, that's the same gun that's in
situation.
that's
But
in Call of
in
Duty.
practice, that just makes Fallout 76's world even more barren than even the driest wasteland should ever be. Maybe in 2019 this will become a case of No Man's Sky, or shoot, we'll continue the comparison, Sea of Thieves, where the launch leaves a lot to be desired, but it gets updated into something better over time. And if that's the case, when can we get past this whole games as a service mentality? I kinda hate it.
Number 6.
You're watching Top 10 Worst Games of 2018, and this next game is called Agony. The jokes write themselves.
What?
On the plus side, Agony nails the atmosphere of being in hell pretty well, I'd say. Piles of flesh drop from the ceiling,
What
you
is
slip rivers of
this?
blood, and still breathing impaled corpses are all over the place. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Unfortunately, Agony also plays like a game that they would force you to play in hell, thanks to unforgiving checkpoints and repetitive gameplay. You're gonna be putting a lot of skulls on things, so have fun with that. But maybe worst of all, it does not give you nearly enough player direction. Without giving you any hints, it expects you to know that after you die, you can possess other lost souls, but only if they don't have bags on their heads? How's anyone gonna figure that out? It's kind of an important mechanic to teach.
That's
Agony might be the
stupid.
prettiest and shiniest
All
turd on
games
this
need to
list,
have hints
but
or
it's
teach you how to
still
do
a
it
turd all
in the
the same.
tutorials.
Number 5.
That was just gross right there.
Telltale's series getting
Oh.
banned was not the only tragedy that happened to The Walking Dead this year. As a huge fan of Left 4 Dead, Overkill's The Walking Dead sounded like it was right up my alley. 4-player, first-person co-op where everyone's got their own unique skills? Sounds like a pretty good time to me. But whereas Left 4 Dead constantly kept things fresh with randomized elements and fun set pieces and unique special infected types, Overkill's The Walking Dead mostly just feels monotonous and unpolished. It's to the point where the positives in this game get pretty much completely drowned out. And how do you make a co-op game in 2018 and not include voice chat? Ugh, if you had any passing interest in Overkill's The Walking Dead and you were wanting to get it on PC or Xbox One,
Oh, this.
just get one of the Left 4 Dead games instead.
Sounds
It's like
stupid,
5
though.
times the fun.
The TV
for a
show
fraction
is
of
supposed
the
to be
price.
good, but the game isn't.
Number 4.
Oh, that makes it really makes
So
no sense.
that modern trilogy of Planet of the Apes movies was pretty good, right? What if we took those movies and made them into a horrible rail shooter from the 90s, only it's slow and boring, and just for an extra layer of crappiness, it's in VR. And boy, when I tell you this game is slow, I mean it is slow. God, just hurry up. Crisis on the Planet of the Apes feels like what would happen if an actual, real-world ape got a hold of automatic weapons and clumsily tried to wield them. Hilariously, that same stupid ape somehow mows down hundreds of armed soldiers. Crisis on the Planet of the Apes' controls are so unbelievably terrible, even by VR standards. And they're even more frustrating
it looks
because
crap. It
all
looks
of these
sucky.
enemies would be so easy to shoot in a competently made game. On top of that, the checkpoint system is just horrendous, something that becomes all the more glaring when you get stuck or crash your game and you lose tons of progress. I can't remember the last time I got this fired up at a $15 game purchase.
Number 3.
The gimmick of
games are
making a
just
game
sucky.
about an impaired protagonist is one that I think is worth exploring. So far, we've had the horror game Perception, where you assume the role of a blind woman. Beyond Eyes was a gorgeous-looking indie game about a blind girl. And then, The Quiet Man. Instead of using deafness in an interesting way, it only makes The Quiet Man more frustrating. In a 3-hour game that feels like it's 25% in-engine cutscenes and 25% live-action cutscenes for some reason, it sure would be nice to know what anybody is saying. The main character seems to know what's up, so why can't we? If you don't get bored slogging your way through the basic as all get-out beat-em-up segments, you can unlock a New Game Plus version, which has all the dialogue reinserted.
Why can't I hear? What? Why can't I hear? Why? Why?
Okay, so in the movie industry, there's this process called automatic dialogue replacement, or ADR for short. See, when you're on a film shoot, sometimes you can't get good quality audio, so you gotta re-record it later and insert it back into the scene. But you gotta make sure the performances match, otherwise it'll be really distracting and obvious that you just used ADR. It's just a fun little factoid I felt like sharing with you guys. It's totally unrelated to this game. Sorry, I'll move on now.
Number 2.
With its fast-paced Hunger Games-inspired gameplay,
What is
the original
this
The Culling
crappiness?
was a popular enough game. But instead of supporting it post-launch like they did throughout Early Access, they ditched it 2 months later and started making a sequel that nobody asked for. And it was another Battle Royale game.
Yep, of course.
Politics behind the Culling
Of course.
2
It
aside,
looks
the
just
game
like
itself was
it looks
so
just like
bad that the
H1Z1. It
developers
really
pulled the
does.
game off Steam a week after release. In a world where PUBG, Fortnite, and freaking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are taking the Battle Royale path, any other game that dares to tackle the genre needs to do
It looks
something
just like
to stand out.
H1Z1.
Culling
It
2
really
did
does.
absolutely nothing. And it managed to look uglier than PUBG, if that was even possible. At least the previous game had some kind of identity. But if there's good news, even the dev team agreed that this game was a bad choice. In fact, they literally ditched the Culling 2 to go back to working on the first one. There's no way that's not some kind of industry first.
Ooh. Yo, that was a nice night.
Number 1.
Alright, let's get it. What's number
If
1?
the final top 10 on ScrewAttack is going to be about crappy games of 2018, then there's only one game that could take
What
our
is
number
this?
one spot.
Is this Goku?
For
Black
as long
Goku?
as ScrewAttack has been conquering the internet, there has existed a fierce rivalry, the likes of which mankind has yet to fathom. I'm not talking about me versus Ben in the Salsa Challenge. I'm not even talking about that time Soulja Boy ducked us in a gaming competition. Yes, that's real. I'm talking about our eternal struggle against the worst game ever made, Shaq Fu. After a sequel
I heard of
somehow
that.
crowdfunded almost $500,000, we dreaded the year that
They
Shaq
they made
Fu,
a Shaq.
legend
They made a
reborn,
part
finally
2
dared
last
to
year.
show
Shaq
its
Fu
face.
2.
And I'll say this much, it definitely lived up to the original's legacy. This time around, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn is leagues more self-aware and tongue-in-cheek, but that does nothing to make it more palatable. Yeah, I know they say that if you wink at the audience enough, they'll accept anything, but A Legend Reborn is like a social experiment designed to see how far that saying can really stretch. The only thing more repetitive than the overly simplistic gameplay is the endless references. References to Shaq's shoe size, references to Kazam, references to Icy Hot, references to Antoine Dodson, references. There are so many pop culture references that DreamWorks Animation Studios is getting jealous. even though I'll agree that in a game like this, jokes are better than taking it seriously, that doesn't just magically make all the monotony okay. Worst of all, it's a digital game. That means we can't continue our crusade to destroy every copy of Shaq Fu anymore. Believe me, a Legend Reborn.
Yo, why are her titties so pointy?
Well, I don't really have any prepared words here because it's a couple of days or so after we recorded the intro to.
Well, guys, her titty, why was her titty so pointy? Like, ew. Her titty was pointy as heck, bro. Ew. Never date a girl with pointy titties, okay? Never date a girl with pointy titties in your life. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. You already know what to do. It was a good video, so go check out. It will be down link in the description, so go check out ScrewAttack as well. So guys, man, I'm about to leave. You already know what to do, so comment down below, link in the description. I'm on my social. Don't forget to subscribe to your Tenacious K, join the OTS family. If you guys like this video, make sure to smack that like button. Now guys, I will see you later, so peace.
I'ma demonstrate how not to care. Life's a